not a generalization. This is just an observation that I've made. There seems to be a lack of value in Black families now, particularly within my generation, from the perspective of both male and female. And when I say a lack of value, I mean the sense of not pursuing partnership and not pursuing marriage. The sense of marriage not being a blessing, but instead being a burden. And I have a true issue with that. And the reason why I have a problem with that is, let's not even get into the social and psychological impact that has on the Black culture. But let's just think about it from this framework of who we are and where we came from. Before slavery, we valued family. Post-slavery, we value family. We knew that family and faith and our willpower to survive were the most important things that we could leverage as a people. There was a sense of community, there was a sense of pride, there was a sense of advancement. And if you think about even the generations right after slavery, they were able to accomplish so much with so little. And a lot of that was their collective power that they possessed, and this sense of honoring themselves, both men and women coming together. People were proud to be fathers, they were proud to be mothers, and even if they didn't have a lot, they had this sense of, I'm going to pass down something to my children. I am going to create this family structure that offers value to their lives so they can be somebody. And they probably had other reasons too, right? Spiritually, they probably were driven toward partnership and marriage because they understood that to be a wife or to be a husband is one of the highest callings that you could ever answer if you're doing it for the right reason. So if we're thinking about it from that perspective, and then I think about my generation where there's a lot of that fuckboy mentality. There's a lot of women who have been scarred or have had negative experiences, and so now marriage is no longer a priority. People sometimes are not actively pursuing marriage because of the stigma that they think comes with marriage, the burden that may come with it, the obligation, the responsibility. So a lot of people are running away from stuff, and I just find it to be so sad that that is the cultural experience that a lot of us are faced with now. And I think that, unfortunately, no matter how educated you are, when you don't understand your cultural identity, if you don't understand the evolution of Black people, brown people all over the world, all over the entire diaspora, if you don't understand where you came from, it may be very complicated and hard for you to value family. Even if you say you do, if you don't value marriage or a partnership, then you truly are falling victim to the very system that you're trying to overcome. Because the moment that white America or whoever it may be makes you believe that there is no value in Black marriage, there is no value in Black love, there's no value in Black partnership, you have fallen victim to this system. And you're going to pass, unfortunately, that ideology will be passed down to generation to generation, simply because if you don't value it yourself, if you have children, you can't teach them that cultural value of family, partnership, love, and what it's like when two people come together and create a powerful bond. That when you marry for the right reasons and it's truly a partnership, that you are powerful together than you are alone. If you don't value that or understand that, you can't quite pass that on to your children. And so then you have generation after generation after generation that does not value marriage, that doesn't pursue marriage. And while our white counterparts are getting married and building together, we are being divisive. Whether it's consciously or subconsciously, some of us are very divisive in our interaction with the other sex. And we sometimes pit each other against one another. Like, I had a conversation with someone, and the conversation quickly shifted to, oh, the Black man experience in America is worse than the Black woman's. How about we not talk about who has it worse and just agree that we all have it pretty fucked up right now? And we always have, because we have been the scapegoat in so many ways. And we have been oppressed. We still are oppressed. We're still fighting. The fact that we have to even say Black Lives Matter tells you that we still have a lot of opportunity to claim what's rightfully ours here in America and everywhere else for that matter. So the moment that you can create this narrative where you're pitting black men against black women, and we are falling victim to that, we are unable to truly progress and maximize the opportunities before us, because we are not working together, and we're so busy trying to say one person has it worse than the other, one gender has it worse than the other. So I know that this may be all over the place, but these are just some of the thoughts I'm having right now. So I hope that you could follow what I was saying, because I kind of went on two different paths with this dialogue, but I wanted to share it sooner rather than later because I've been thinking about it, and it literally has been on my mind. It literally has been on my mind, and I'm not married. So I have no right, or I don't have the authority to tell someone else what marriage should be. But from my own understanding, my own journey, my own research, I do value marriage. I want to see more black love. I want to see more black partnerships. I want to see more young black powerful people coming together. I want to see more women honoring black men, and I want to see more black men honoring black women. And if we could at least start there, just imagine what we could do, because we're powerful. My generation has so much opportunity. I have probably 10 times the opportunity that my great-grandmother had. Seriously, but I have even more opportunity if I can walk on the path and do it with somebody who has the same mentality as me, who is marching toward the same goal as me, and where it's not an individual win, it's a collective win. Like, that individualism, that shit does not work in the black community. That shit don't work. It does not work. So individually, yes, I may be educated, I may be doing something, but if I'm not pulling nobody else along, if I'm not partnering with anyone else, and I continue to live the rest of my life without a spouse, without building a black family, a black home, without creating a sense of pride in my future children and giving them the spirit of collective power and partnership in the black community, which starts to me between a man and a woman coming together. Because if you're not doing it in your home, how can you do it in the streets? Like, seriously, if you're not already following this blueprint in your household in terms of marriage and partnership, how can you ever do it for the broader black community? To me, they go hand in hand. And there's always exceptions to a rule. There's always some people who say, well, I don't have to be married, in the sense of which white America defines marriage. I don't need no legal documents and all this kind of stuff. I'm not going to argue with you on that. However you want to define marriage, to me, is your damn business. But the point is, you need a partnership. You should value the partnership and see it as not just a burden, but also a blessing. And sometimes it may be burdensome, but that's called responsibility. That's called being a woman. That's called being a man. Now, I'm not saying that you should be completely miserable. No, I don't want that for anyone. But you can't run from marriage simply because you're afraid of what comes with that, the responsibility and the obligations that come with being a wife or a mother, or what comes with being a father and a husband. Do what you got to do. Man up, woman up. But let's do it together.